Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is R&R Sugarloaf Farm and I'm Ryan. So I wanted to make a snippet. I was out here making a video on Faith, on her impending delivery, but I wanted to make a separate video on what is going on with Ginger's does. Now, she had them 8 days ago. Today is June 1st, and she had them on the 23rd of May, I believe. I believe that's right, 23rd, maybe the 24th. So, and these three other little bucklings that are in this pen are driving me crazy right now, because I swear to God, this is what happens whenever you have goats and you come out here and they're snoozing, they're taking naps, and you're like, oh my gosh, what happened? Let me show you. You get scared because those guys, let me zoom in, they're sleeping. They are not KO'd. That is how they sleep. It's pretty warm today. It's more humid than anything. We've got a nice breeze going on, but they are it's probably around like 85 degrees right now, and they're in the shade. They're doing good. I've already checked on them, but they are just like milk drunk, passed out, asleep. But every single time I see a goat like that, it scares me half to death. So some of you that have goats probably understand what I'm talking about. On you like literally give yourself a heart attack trying to come out here and check on your livestock, and then you see like this death nap is what they call it. Yeah, Toffee just hollered for her kid, and they all poked their head up. Okay, so we just experienced something that we have never had happen in the time that we've had goats. And from what the vet has told me, it doesn't happen very often with young stock that is less than a week old, like Ginger's doe. And that it normally they see it more in calves in our area than they do in goats. So the first 2 days that after Ginger delivered, day 1 and day 2, happy baby goats. On the evening of day 2, we noticed that the darker colored one, which we haven't given them names at this point, but one's a lighter shade, one's a darker shade. So the darker shaded colored doeling just wasn't like she wasn't her uppity self. You know, she wasn't bouncing off the walls and everything, and we thought that it may have been because our highs have been really high last week, like 80s, 90s with high humidity, and then the lows have been 50s and 60s, but it's enough to where in our area it can cause respiratory infections or pneumonia or something like that in the goats, especially the young ones. So that's what our first thought was. We checked her over, did the temperature, you know, checked the just kind of checked her out, and we could tell that she wasn't getting, like, she didn't have a full belly. Like, she was getting enough, but she kept on trying to like squat, like to urinate or to have a bowel movement. And so we were watching her really carefully, and so we thought at first maybe she's got a UTI. So we reached out to the vet, and they're like, no, a UTI can't happen that early. So we're like, okay. So we gave some probiotics. We're thinking, well, maybe she's not getting enough to drink. So we tried to supplement with the bottle. She didn't want anything to do with it. All that. So gave her some electrolytes. Oh my goodness, guys. Can y'all be quiet? I'm trying to make a video. Ginger, hush. Okay. So, really, Ellie, you have to start too. Okay. So, what we wound up doing was gave her electrolytes, massaged her tummy, tried to do everything that we could think of in our knowledge base for a little itty bitty newborn goat. Okay. Fast forward to a week old, and this is yesterday. I'm out here, I'm feeding Ellie's 3. I am watching Ginger's doe really close. Ginger, hush! Watching really close, and I noticed that she has a bowel movement. But the bowel movement is like white. It's blood tinged. It's like a real sticky consistency, and a real sticky, tacky consistency there. And so I'm like, okay, that's really strange. And she keeps on trying to have bowel movements. Like right now, she's trying to have one. While she's laying down. And again, it's white and blood tinged. So, at that point, I'm like, I've never seen anything like this. So I get on all my Facebook groups, which, hey, if you have goats, I totally recommend Facebook groups on different ones, because you can find people to help you out. Talk to my other breeder mentor friends. None of us could figure it out. We're like thinking intertoxemia, but she didn't fit all the symptoms for that, and so couldn't figure it out. Went ahead and called the vet, and it was the end of the day and everything, so the vet finally got back with us and was like, oh, it's milk scours. So okay, so there she is laying down with the 3 little bucks. And, whoop, Faith. So mainly what it is to where milk scours is to where they get too much milk. Milk scours is whenever they get too much milk at some point at a very early, young age. And the milk doesn't get digested properly, and so it sits in their intestines and it upsets their stomach. And so the white bowels with the red tinge is an upset stomach to where it's trying to pass through. And so anyway, we are having to go pick up some medicine on our way back into town for our next afternoon appointments that we have today. But we're having to go into town to get some medicine for her, and I'll share that. And it's a 3-day treatment, and it's the vet assures us that it's going to clear it up. But I just wanted to share that because we've never experienced that in all of the years that we've had goats and stuff. So I definitely don't want to lose any kid, and if we can figure out a way of making her feel better, to where she starts to thrive, then that'll be great. And her litter mate is doing just fine. So that's the plan for today. So I'm gonna hop off here. I'm gonna go get the medicine, and then I'm gonna come back and I'll share the medicine with y'all and go from there. Okay, so here is the medicine. And again, like I said, it's for 3 days, but that's pretty much it. So I hope y'all liked the video. We'll keep y'all updated to see if this works, and we'll catch y'all next time. Bye.